Mr. Edward Powell, he is the director for the park, and Mr. Zachary Napado, he is the contractor of the building. Because it's still under construction warranty, he's
this was a gift to our President Kennedy in 1965. And also Mudavadi forward which aspect of our she's also laid to rest just on this other side. Brought him back because at the time he died, unfortunately he got a funeral and burial as co-president. He promoted and was a founding member of the OAU then to make it more.
So now we're going where?
And presented by patriotic citizens to the information. The original statue of Kwame Nkrumah, which stood in front of.
So they call this area the Freedom Wall. Well, on this side we have it depicted to different like arguments, different moods at different times. So I'm going to type this quote, which says, "I am not African because I was born in Africa." This is really good.
Good seeing you.
Hello. So I can sign your book.
Yes, we can sign. Thank you.
Benefficial cost.
Benefits. She's a country manager at times. Just look at her. You know, I don't need to say one day she was on the dinner. She said whether she can say hello.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Asante sana. Thank
Open arms. We not welcome you with open arms. Dance between midnight and midnight into dawn. Pain is on the lips of every Barbara and unthinking future. Stand free of boys and girls to become men and women say no. Why? I know mother. Have died in battle. But they do now. You see, nice and beautiful of government and then let us hold the rule.
Ghana is humbled by her choice as host for the Africa Reparations Conference, which is being held on the theme, Building a United Front to advance the cause of justice and the payment of reparations to Africans. To those of you coming from beyond our shores, especially to the AU Chairperson and President of the Union of Comoros, His Excellency Azali Assoumani, I extend a hearty akwaba, our word of welcome, and I hope you enjoy your stay, all too brief, amongst the people famed for their hospitality. I thank the African Union for this initiative, bringing together under one roof this distinguished audience from all spheres of life and from all over the world to participate in this conference with its rich agenda and to deliberate on its important theme. When I proclaimed 2019 as the year of return in front of the Congressional Black Caucus of the United States Congress, commemorating the 400th anniversary of the commencement of the transatlantic slave trade, one of the most unfortunate and barbaric episodes of human history, I was particularly excited about the passion with which our kith and kin from the Americas and the Caribbean in particular spoke about reconnecting with the motherland. There was the recognition that never again should the black person allow him or herself to be subjected to the dehumanizing conditions of slavery. The barbaric and inhumane transatlantic slave trade, in whatever form, should never be repeated, and never again should the African peoples be described as indentured servants or apprentices for life. For us in Ghana, we recognize our unique position as the location for 75% of the slave dungeons built on the west coast of Africa, through which the slaves were transported. Indeed, Simon Newman in his book, The West African Ethnicity of the Enslaved in Jamaica says, and I quote, "Evidence suggests that the Gold Coast, now modern-day Ghana, was the largest source of Jamaican slaves who arrived, remained, and survived in Jamaica, unquote. Right from the day we attained our freedom and independence from British colonial rule on the 6th of March, 1957, the first sub-Saharan state to do so, we have always seen ourselves as owing a special responsibility to Africans in the diaspora. Not only do we believe that we have a responsibility to extend a hand of welcome back home to Africans in the diaspora, as we did in 2019 during the year of return, we believe the calls for reparations to Africa are just.
Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency Azali Assoumani, President of the Union of Comoros and AU Chairperson, Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, Your Excellency Dr. Monique, Deputy Chairperson of the African Union Commission, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. At the onset, permit me to convey apologies from His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, who was very keen to participate in this conference, but unable to do so due to prior engagements. Further, I take this opportunity to express my delight for the warm reception and generous hospitality extended to me and my delegation since our arrival in this beautiful city of Accra. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this historical conference affords us the opportunity to reflect on the many milestones we have achieved together, nationally and collectively. Not long ago, we stood unmoved in the face of adversity to confront the servitude of colonial subjugation and racial discrimination fearlessly. With singular determination, we reclaimed our dignity, freedoms, and right to shape our future. Thank you, Ghana. In Kiswahili, asante sana, Ghana, for being a trailblazer on Africa independence. As a people of African descent, we now have an inordinate opportunity to collectively craft effective strategies for building a united front through strengthening collaboration amongst African nations, the African in diaspora, and other key stakeholders to advance the cause of justice and reparations for Africans that is long overdue. It's worth recalling that the African descendants who left in chains or born by those heroes have today become an inspiration of their countries of origin. Reparations by exploring different models of reparatory justice to ensure that timely compensation timelessly. I therefore make a clarion call on our academia to help us dig the truth through in-depth research. This will aid us move away from calibrated literature that perpetuates untruth. Kenya supports the effort to establish a sustainable action plan for a reparatory justice process for the victims of historical and colonial injustices in the spirit of a united Africa. We therefore call for unity and collaboration among Africans, peoples of African descent in the diaspora, and other stakeholders through the establishment of an African-Caribbean joint mechanism on reparatory justice. Kenya further welcomes the establishment of an African Committee of Experts on reparations for the purpose of developing a common African position on reparations. Further, Kenya avails itself to offer its expertise to to ensure sustainable reparatory justice. I urge all of us, brothers and sisters, that we work, invest, develop, and deal with global challenges together as one people. We must strive to speak in one voice because together we are strong and weak when divided. As I conclude, may I urge each of us to work together, condemn in the strongest terms possible the colonial injustices and modern-day slavery as we pursue reparations for fellow Africans who fought for independence by building a united front to advance the cause of justice and the payment of reparations to Africans. Once again to Ghana, asante sana.